What's going on, team? Proof here, and today I'm coming at you with the deck building video. I'm gonna just talk through the screen and how to navigate through it in case you want to make a new deck. Excuse me. In case you want to make a new deck, or if you want to edit a pre-existing deck. So the way to get there is that this is the home screen. You click on this icon here, and then you click on the left side icon to get to the decks. And then once it loads, it shows you your current decks in the order that you created them. Down here at the bottom, these are the pre-made decks that they give you once you finish making your profile and finish making your avatar and things like that. So these come to you free and clear, don't have to worry about it. You can't edit them if you so choose, but they're actually pretty good to start and help you get through the games, to help you build up your collection. And then these decks here are all that I've made at one point in time. So from here, if you want to, well, let's go over this screen a little bit. If you saw my last video about how to play, I broke this down, but I'll do it again a little more quickly here. This is your key card. This is the person that you set as a key card, which I'll get to in this video. When you draw it, it has a special little animation for it with your character. This goes through the current civilizations that are in my deck. As I mentioned before, you can only have a max of 40 cards. You can't go higher or lower than that. So you need to keep that in mind with your deck building. This is your mana curve from 1 through 8+. This is how many shield triggers you have in your deck, which you can activate, which I talked about in the last video. Activate when your opponent breaks your shield, and you can play the card for free. This is your deck name. You can edit it by clicking on this button here. This shows how many creatures you have. It's not parsed between evolution creatures and non-evolution creatures, so keep that in mind. This is how many spells you have, and then this shows that you have 40 out of 40 cards. I don't know, I haven't tried it yet. I don't know if you can save a deck if it has less than 40 cards. This is your playmat if you have it. You can change it by hitting this icon here, and then this is your card sleeve, which you can change with the same icon. This is how you delete a deck, and this is how you open up the deck builder to edit the deck. But if you want to make a new deck, you can click this button over here, and it gives you these options. What these are telling you, these give you different ways you can make your deck. This one, if you can make it freehand, so it gives you just a blank template to work from. This is how you can copy a deck and make a new one. So if there's one deck that you wanted to keep as is, but wanted to copy it and tweak it a little bit, you can hit this button here, and it gives you the option to pick a deck to copy, and then you can edit it from there. This lets you make a deck from deck code, and the way you get a deck code, that you can generate it after your deck is made, and you're able to share it around, and you can type in the deck code and hit OK, and it gives you the deck this way. I don't know what this button does. I think it's a little, let's see. No, it's a little reminder. And then you put the code in here and then hit OK, and it just generates it for you, which is really cool to be able to get decks in there quickly. And this is if you want to make it from a deck recipe. There's a bunch of different deck recipes, which I'll get into, but let's start here first. So these are different decks that they give you as options to make. It is based on your current card pool if you can finish making the deck or not, but these are little pre-made decks that you can make, and it shows you what the key cards are along the way. If you hit the gray button here, it shows you the deck contents, and it breaks down, it shows in order of mana, and it shows you what the key card is over here. So the key card is this little boy, this big bug. If you click on it, it displays the card info. So I know the card, this is Dino Mantis, but if you're unfamiliar with the cards, like I mentioned in the last video, definitely check out the Duel Masters wiki and their Duel Masters Plays wiki to be able to check out the cards and what they do. I am going to leave links to them down below, so definitely consult them if you're unfamiliar with what the cards are from the previous game, from the English game before it discontinued. But this kind of gives you the idea of how the deck plays. Nature Fire deck, based around having some mana acceleration with a big evolution creature finish, and then a couple cards along the way to help support that. But if you like the deck, you can hit the blue button up here and hit OK, and it'll add it to your collection to be able to use it. So this brings you, say you like the deck, you want to start tweaking with it, you come here, and then this shows you, this displays the deck in the side here, which you can scroll down and check out. This button here gives you the same display screen where it shows you the cards broken out by mana. This is the recommendation, which I don't think is on the, well, you can still do it, but this gives you recommended options. If your deck wasn't fully completed, down here beneath Dino Mantis, it have a recommendation button as well, so it gives you back to here a different way. This is autocomplete. It helps finish your deck out for you. I believe, I can't remember if it has an option or not, if it's like special things going on, since we'll have to take a look at that. So the button on the left here gets you back to making it from a deck recipe. The button on the right here gives you to make a deck based on your card collection. But so these here, well, let's back up. Let's go back. So hitting there brings you right back to the same screens before, in case you want to change the deck up from the pre-made deck that you may not like the fire nature deck. You may want to go with the mono fire deck. You can switch it up from here. My deck, I can't make this deck completely because I'm missing a few cards. Now, well, let me take it. It does, but it shows me where I'm missing the cards. So even if you don't have the cards, you can take them out by clicking on it and then, well, click and hold and drag it to the left to get it out the deck. Or you can click and hold and it brings you to this screen here, and you can hit the plus or minus. The minus, of course, takes it out the deck. So let's take out the cards here that I'm missing. And now it gives you the autocomplete button. And you can pick ones to complete it along the way. This is the autocomplete button. So this gives you different options. If you want to make an aggressive deck, or a haste deck as they call it, you can click this one. If you want to make it a little more mid-rangey and like tempo focused, you can select this option here. It makes your mana curve a little bit steeper, but still lean towards the aggressive side. And if you want to make this a control, you can click this one. Let's pick this one, and it auto-fills it for you. So even if you have a few cards in your deck, if you have a lot of cards in your deck, as long as you're missing a spot, it'll auto-complete for you. So you can get right back to it. So that's pretty neat. That's a really neat feature. In case you're not sure which direction you want to go with your deck, it can help fill it in for you. Looks like it just added the mid-rangey stuff to make it happen. So it added in like some Rumble Gates to attack untapped creatures, some Valkyrie to kill things. Makes it a little more tempo oriented. So that's a little cool feature. And then this one here, it gives you per civilization, it gives you a haste deck, a mid-range deck, and a control deck. And these are based off your collection. Like it shows you, well, let me rephrase that. It shows you what is capable of being made, but it shows you what's capable of being made based off your collection. So even if the mana curve says one thing here, like this calls for 2 8-cost cards, if I open it up, it may not have 8-cost cards because in my collection, I don't have the their preferred 8-cost card to add into the deck. So it'll supplement it from my collection into the deck recipe that you can take with you. So these come ready-made and ready to go, unlike the previous recipes. Hope I explained that well. And then, so light, water, darkness, fire, and then nature at the bottom. Same premise on all of them. So haste deck, fast deck, a mid-range deck with a little bit of a steeper mana curve, and then a control deck with a bigger mana curve, but it has more top-end cards for later in the game. So then if you want to, on the left side of the screen here, you can tweak how you want to limit your search. So you want to just look at the water cards, you can click this one. This shows you the current water cards in your collection. If you hit this button here, it shows you all cards in water, regardless of if they're in your collection or not. So as you can see, I have one golden frame angler, and if I have 0 regular anglers. So if I click and hold on this one, it shows me the crafting cost for it. If I want to make an angler, I need 100 DM points to be able to craft it that way. And each rarity has its own crafting versus disenchant value, which I'll get into in the crafting system video and the card collection video. But it's going to keep that in mind that each one is different. So if I had an angler, to be able to disenchant it, it would give me 20 DM points, but then to make it, I need 100 DM points. That's what these 2 buttons are. And then this lets you can select multiple civilizations. So if I'm working on a water fire deck, say I wanted to tweak this into a water fire deck without going to the recipe, it can show me all my options here, and it lists everything out in mana order. So you just have to click and drag to get to the more expensive cards. And then clicking here gives you a further breakdown. If I want to just show, well, unclick that. If I want to show just 3 cost cards, I can click that, hit OK. Now it just restricts to 3 cost cards. So this is a filtering option. So it's broken out by mana cost, well, civilization, mana cost. This is card type. So we have evolution creatures. Evolution creatures, and spells are these 3 here. This one here is keyword. We have shield trigger, we have blocker, and then we have all other keywords. I believe there's 6 other keywords. I'll leave a link to that in the description down below for the different keywords from the wiki. Another great resource that I keep bringing up because they're doing a lot of work over there. So I want to give them the credit that they're due for putting all the information pages together. This here is rarity. We have basic, which is the cards that come from the trial deck or the pre-made decks. Common, uncommon, rare, very rare, and super rare. This is how it breaks down. So this here further breaks down the rarities. It's like normal cards, premium cards, which are the golden border cards, secret cards. Every super rare, well, select super rares have a secret version that comes with it, which has special art. I unfortunately don't have any yet, otherwise I'd show it to you. But there are in there. Only super rares, only select super rares are the secret rares. And these are prize cards, which I think there might be special prize cards that you can get. I don't think I have any at the moment. If I clicked on this, it would just be a blank screen. Yeah. And then you can reset it by clicking the red button here, and it brings back everything. So this is a way to filter down on your deck and your collection to be able to figure out how you want to put your deck together. So there's 2 things I missed. Forgot how to show you how to set the key card. So currently Valdos is the key card, as you can see by this little icon here. If I wanted to change the key card, let's say I wanted to make it Valkaiser here, I would click this icon. It would say, basically, do you want to confirm to change to the key card? Hit yes, hit this, and then when I go back, it'll show Valkaiser's artwork as like the little cover card art for this. See, now it's Valkaiser. And the last thing I do want to fix some information I gave before. This button here is how you check your deck, similar to the main screen, and this lets you. I believe that's also how it is in the tower as well. I can't remember per se. This is how you check your deck, and then this here lets you make your deck code. And this lets you know, like, if you want to click OK, you can copy it. And then this lets you know that it expires in 24 hours, and it includes your current key card configuration set. So that's what this is. Click OK, it'll copy it, you can share it, or you can just take a screenshot of it or write it down and share it with your friends or what have you. I believe that's everything. I can't think of anything else that I may have missed along the way. But if you guys have any other questions after you see the video, let me know, and then I can reply to it in the comment section. But that's basically the deck navigation. So yeah, that'll do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and until the next one, peace. Be easy.